Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Chris here from Fake Sports News, Access Rotation, however the flip you know me on these interwebs. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a quick preview of what to expect going into the HCS Open hosted by Faze Clan in Charlotte, North Carolina. This, of course, is our last major of the year going into the Halo World Championship. As you guys can see chronologically on the timeline, this is where we are. So, without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed the intro. Let's get into some housekeeping things. Just brief overview, what's going on, who's good, who won the last event, etc. Shopify, your reigning defending champions, that being the team of Cycle, Last Shot, Royal 2, Frosty, and Best Man. Frosty, Royal 2, two of the best Halo players of all time. Pretty much always a lock. Royal 2, I don't know if he's had a tournament with a negative KD more than 5 times, and he's been playing for God, probably like close to 20 years. Optic, obviously, they have won most of the events this year. Legend and Bound were on a 6 streak for tournament wins. They won 6 straight, I believe. So these guys are hungry. They're looking to get back on top after giving Shopify their lone win on the season, giving Cycle and Last Shot their first wins of their careers in the HCS. Formal Renegade, Legend, Bound, and Coach Lunchbox, they are the GOATs looking to re-cement themselves as the best team in the world, although it must be said, it seemed that they've taken a slight step down the pecking order in the recent performances at the LVT $50,000 LAN, as well as the LVT Online Pro League. Optic went undefeated in the matches, but in the tournament itself, they definitely didn't look as dominant as they once had. And in some of the matches, like against Envy, there was definitely more parity than expected, right? So enough about that. Looking at our third team, Faze Clan, they, of course, as you guys can see, placed third at the Salt Lake City Major, beating the host, Spacestationgaming, obviously, to get there. This team is comprised of Penguin, Trippy, Lucid, Snakebite, and they have a new coach, Fiercely, of course, replacing their former coach, King J. So, Penguin, Trippy, and Lucid, to give you guys a quick rundown, are 3 players who were formerly on Optic Gaming last year. Tons of second places, a lot of disappointment. Team split up. Formal went in, got Renegade, Legend, and Bound. Renegade was on Faze, and he was with Snakebite, Royal 2, and Frosty. And then Legend and Bound were on Space Station with Eco and Stellar. So, Eco, Stellar, and Renegade and Bound, they won everything last year, including Worlds, and then they split up to the surprise of everyone. Legend and Bound join Optic. They keep winning, and yeah, here we are today. So, looking at our next team, we have SSG, that of course being Eco, Stellar, Suppress, Falcated, and Elamite. They, of course, were the 4th best team at the SLC Major. They made a really, really controversial, roster change earlier this season, of course, swapping Suppressed and Falcated for, yeah, Lucid and Snakebite. There were words exchanged, things about Cheez Its. I don't want to get into all of it. If you want to, you can look at Reddit. Did I do a video about it? I think I might have done a video about it. Did I post it? I don't know. Anyways, Envy is a team that I'm expecting to have a pretty good tournament. More on that in a minute. But yeah, they've been playing really well online. They're looking to be the second or third best team in the game at the moment. So this team is definitely a team to keep your eye on. They're on the come up and they're looking better than ever. Descendant, Piggy, Precision, Yoxin, and their coach Thug Nasty. Crazy name, I know, but it's esports. What are you going to do? So Precision, just to give you guys a quick rundown, he used to play Gears of War before Gears of War shut down, sadly, and that's another game I covered in the past. And yeah, he was the GOAT before that went away, and he kept my GOAT Billy Mental in check towards the end of his Gears career. So let's not talk about that too much. But yeah, on to the next team. Cloud9, Avusi, Boo Boo Doo Boo, Collect, Sab, Sensor. This is another solid team. This is a middle of the pack team, just so you guys have a good idea of where to place them in your mind talent wise. A lot of potential. Boo Boo Doo Boo obviously played with Shotzi and Renegade before Shotzi left Halo, of course, when he was on his run. And yeah, I mean, these are pretty solid players. Collect is one of the best up and coming players in Halo. Yeah, this is a great team with a lot of upset potential, but I'm not expecting too much from them this weekend, if I'm being honest. TSM is another team with a lot of upset potential. I have a lot of expectations for them this weekend. I think they'll do decently well. I think they'll give us some great matches. And yeah, this is a great team. They've played together for a total of 3 years within this game, just at different times. Druck, Manny, Soul Snipe, and Talik. They started together on, I believe, Complexity in 2021 when Infinite dropped, and they've been a really great team ever since. So I have a lot of faith in this team. They got second at Major 2 this year. So yeah, I have a lot of faith in their ability to definitely play spoiler at some point if the opportunity presents itself. Complexity, another great team. They've been playing really well. They qualified for the LBT Pro League. Yeah, they looked good there. They had some great games, honestly. Upsets, they got hype. They had some great moments. Who did they beat? Did they beat SSG? They might have beat SSG. They had a great upset on the stream. It was fun. But yeah, Ashes, Ryan Noob, Mental, King Nick, and Cherish. Mental, he is the Gears of War GOAT. If you guys don't know, he won everything with the Optic Gaming Gears of War team for years. Then he transitioned to COD. Then he transitioned here to Halo. So Ashes is their GM and coach. Ryan Noob is a Halo veteran, one of the great legends of the game who's just been playing for a long time, much like APG. Yeah, just a staple of competitive Halo. Omit is Huss, Lethal, Septify, Spartan, and Hoaxer. This is a really solid team. Obviously, Lethal is one of the Halo GOATs. If you've been around for a while, he's a top 3 player of all time, undisputed. Septify, another solid player. Spartan, dog. If you know, you know. Huss, really, really solid player as well. I'm a big Huss guy, honestly. I really like him. I think he has a lot of upside as a player. And I think he's really underrated. He's been bounced around a lot throughout Infinite, but I have really liked what I've seen from Huss consistently. So keep your eyes on him. But yeah, I like the Summit team. I just don't know how much I like them. Unreal Nightmare, that of course being Breaking Shot, Syrian, Common, and Envor. I have always loved Envor as a player in Halo Infinite, and Breaking Shot is one of the better, like, underrated players along with Collect in this game. Honestly, a dream team of mine would be Breaking Shot, Envor, Collect, and Huss, bro. So, anyways, Majin Club, of course, this is Chick's team. This is, I guess, at the time right now, the number one EU team. I guess they usurped, well, I guess it's equal, right? Because this is EU HCS points, so they have more. Well, no. Definitely Luminon's better. I mean, I was going to say skill wise, Luminon was better, but yeah, seeding wise, I guess they're better too. This is a more favorable group for them. So yeah, so Luminon, let's get into the better team first. Glory, SLG, Snipe Drone, Woodham, the guy who used the keyboard. They are nasty. These guys are so nasty. They beat Optic earlier this year at home with the generator cheese. If you know, you know. And then Majin Club is Basta, Septic, Chick, and Mighties. So those are the teams. Let's get into the brackets. So this is what I'm thinking for the brackets. I've already filled this out. I recorded a video before, but for some odd reason, there was no audio. So here we go again. Why not? Yeah, so I'm thinking that Shopify makes it out fairly easily against Complexity. I'm expecting Cycle to have a big series here, to be honest with you. I feel like he's just going to farm Complexity. Cycle's just been coming into his own over the last few weeks. He's honestly having the kind of breakout that I remember Frosty having towards the end of Halo 5. So kind of interesting how he's playing with Frosty and Frosty's unlocking him in the way that Frosty was unlocked by Snakebite in Halo 5. So kind of like that. So yeah, looking at the next matchup, we have Complexity taking on TSM. I'm thinking that TSM is honestly just going to skill diff them here. This team of Manny, Druck, Soul Snipe, and Talik, they know how they want to play the game, honestly. And conversely, Complexity, they're a really solid team. I think this will be a 3-2, but I think TSM, just the fact that they played together for damn near 4 years, like, I think they can almost like spit and they'll win this match. So that means that Complexity will be taking on the open bracket losers bracket number 2 team, I guess that is. And I think Complexity take that one. Whoever comes through the bracket, I think they beat them. Shopify versus TSM. I think in the series, this is probably pretty close in about 2 maps. I think this is probably a Frosty takeover series. Nah, this is a Royal 2 series all day. Royalty just mows everybody down in these kind of series. I'm going to say Royal 2 has a takeover here. And then I'm going to say 3-1 for Shopify. 2 close maps. I'll think the Slayer is going to be close for sure. And probably Oddball. They've always been a great Oddball team, TSM. Shopify versus Open Bracket Team 2. I think I'm going to choose Open Bracket Team 2. No, I'm joking. Shopify 3-0. TSM versus Open Bracket Team. I'm going to say TSM 3-0. Optic versus Majin. I think obviously Optic get a hot 3-0 here. I think that this is going to be a big series for... Who do I think goes off here? That's a question. Renegade always goes off. Let's just go with Renegade, dude. Default Renegade, hit it. Renegade goes off, farms Majin. Renegade looks like Majin Buu, like Fat Buu, I guess. Majin versus Open Bracket. I guess that's Teen Buu. I don't know. Optic versus Omit. I think this is a pretty decisive one for Optic. I think they're going to skill diff these guys. Even though I like that team a lot, I just feel like the skill gap between Optic and Omit is 3-0 City. I think this is probably going to be a formal series, honestly. Formal versus Lethal. I feel like there's going to be banter. I feel like he's going to take over here. Omit versus open bracket team. Omit 3-0. Optic open bracket 3-0. Faze versus Cloud9. I think this will be a pretty fun one. Boo Boo Doo and the boys. I really do like this Cloud9 team. Collect, Boo Boo, Avusi, and Sab. But I really like this Faze team. I'm a big Lucid fan. Lucid's probably my favorite player behind Formal. So it's hard for me not to support Luce, man. I'm going to go with the 3-1 for the Faze boys. No, I'm going to go with the 3-0. They've been looking dominant, bro. I'm going to say it's a Lucid series. You know what? Trust in Tommy, bro. Trust in Tommy. We're going to say Luminon takes the next series. I think this is going to be a Woodham series. The dude is just, I mean, if you know who Woodham is, you know who Woodham is. Cloud9, I think it's a 3-0 over the open bracket team that comes through. Faze versus Luminon. I think this is a 3-1 for Faze. I think it's going to be a pretty tight one. Luminon's a great team. I think this is a big game Trippy series. I think Trippy takes over in this one. Faze versus open bracket team number 2. I think Faze obviously 3-0s there. Luminon versus open bracket team. I think Luminon gets a hot 3-0. In the Pool D matchups, I think we start out with a really interesting matchup. I think Envy beats Space Station with a hot 3-1. I think they're going to really dominate in this series. I think they're going to really show a lot of the people who haven't been watching in the last few months that there's a different meta that's emerged and a different like power ranking, right? Envy's definitely moved up the ladder. So Envy, I think they repeat suit here. Oh, and in this series, I think probably Precision would be the player to watch, just because he's been playing pretty well against these guys. Descendant also has been playing really well, especially if he gets to stand on that snipe. I would say Precision or Descendant, but I'm going to lean Precision. Gears Workout. Envy versus Unreal Nightmare, I think this is 3-0. Envy open bracket 3-0. Space Station versus Unreal, I think that's 8-3-0. Just to give you guys a rundown, Unreal is Breaking Shot, Syrian, Comet, and Envor. So yeah, that's why I think it's a 3-0. Space Station open bracket team 3-0, and then Unreal versus open bracket team, I don't know, maybe 3-1. So yeah, that's something the bracket goes down, guys. Yeah, I think that in the end we will see Optic taking it overall. I think after that last event, they're probably going to just win it somehow, some way. That's what they've done so many times this year. When it looked like their backs were up against the wall, this team always seems to pull it through. Now, do I think Shopify beats them in winners again? I think Optic takes it in winners this time. I think they'll be focused. I think they'll be locked in because it's the back half of the year. Renegade, Legend, and Bound. Those are 3 guys you don't want to doubt in Halo Infinite. Same with Formal. So I think Optic win it. I think Shopify have a great performance, get second here. I think the surprise third place team is Team Envious. I think that the fourth place team will be FaZe Clan. I think that the 5th through 6th will be, of course, TSM and Space Station to round it out. And then I guess who would that leave? Like Complexity and Cloud9 for 7th through 8th. I mean, that makes sense. That sounds about right, right? So yeah, Optic, Optic, Shopify. I'm so used to saying SSG from last year. Envy, Faze, and then of course you would have Space Station slash TSM for 5th, 6th, and then yeah, we'll say Complexity Cloud9 for 7th, 8th. So yeah, guys, that's about wrap it up for me. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night. Like I said before, hope you enjoy all the Halo this weekend. And yeah, hope you enjoy any Halo if you watch it. It's on twitch.tv/HCS. Excuse me. I will post a full bracket if I have time to make one. But yeah, if not, then yeah, I told you guys how I think it plays out. So yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, like I said before, and I'll catch you soon with another recap. Probably going over this event and giving you guys things to expect going into Worlds. So yeah, this is Chris from Fake Sports News X Rotation. I'm signing off. Peace.